So you walk into your bathroom or your kitchen and you catch a whiff of something foul, something that smells like raw sewage. You check the toilet, you check the garbage, you even check the bottom of your shoes, but the smell is coming from your sink drain, and it is absolutely disgusting. Here is what is probably happening. You have an S-trap under that sink, and it has lost its water seal. That means there is nothing standing between your living space and the sewer gases lurking in your drain pipes. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this happens, what is actually coming into your home when it does, and how to fix it permanently by converting to a proper P-trap setup. And if you stick around to the end, I have got a bonus tip for a quick smell test you can do on every drain in your house to catch this problem before it gets bad. Let us get into it. This is one of those plumbing problems that a lot of homeowners do not even know they have until the smell hits them. The good news is that once you understand what is going on, the fix is completely within reach for anyone who is comfortable with basic tools. And honestly, this is a fix that can protect your family's health, so it is worth learning. Let us start with the basics of what an S-trap actually is and why it causes so much trouble. If you look under most modern sinks, you will see a pipe that comes down from the drain, curves into a U shape, and then goes straight into the wall. That U-shaped curve holds water at all times, and that little pool of water acts as a seal between your home and the sewer system. That is called a P-trap, and it is the standard in every modern plumbing code across the country. Now, an S-trap is different. Instead of the pipe going into the wall after that U-shaped curve, it goes straight down into the floor. So if you trace the shape of the pipe, it looks like the letter S. It comes down from the drain, curves up, then curves back down again into the floor. You will find these in a lot of older homes, especially anything built before the 1980s. Back then, they were common because it was just easier to run the drain straight down through the floor instead of over into the wall. Plumbers use them all the time. But here is the thing. We now know that S-traps have a fatal flaw, and that is why they are no longer allowed by code in most jurisdictions. The problem is siphoning, and that is exactly what we are going to talk about next. Here is what happens inside an S-trap that makes it so problematic. When you run water down the drain, it fills up that first curve and then flows down the vertical section into the floor. Now, because that vertical drop happens right after the trap, the weight of the water falling down creates a siphon effect. Think of it like sucking on a straw. Once the water gets moving downward with enough momentum, it pulls everything behind it along for the ride, including the water that is supposed to stay sitting in that U-shaped curve. So you run the faucet, the water drains, and as the last of it flows through, the siphon pulls that trap seal right out. You might even hear it happen. If you have ever noticed a gurgling sound coming from your drain after the water finishes flowing, that is the sound of air rushing in to replace the water that just got siphoned out of your trap. That gurgling is basically your plumbing telling you the seal is gone. Now, a P-trap does not have this problem because the horizontal arm that goes into the wall breaks the siphon. The water hits the wall connection and the siphon cannot sustain itself. It is a simple difference in geometry, but it makes all the difference in the world. With an S-trap, every single time you use that sink, you are rolling the dice on whether the trap seal survives. Sometimes it holds. Sometimes it does not. And when it does not, that is when things get ugly. So what exactly comes through when that water seal is gone? This is the disgusting part I mentioned. When that trap is empty, you now have a direct, open pathway from the sewer line into your home. And sewer gases are not just smelly, they are genuinely hazardous. We are talking about methane, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and other gases that can cause headaches, nausea, dizziness, and in extreme cases with prolonged exposure, serious respiratory issues. Hydrogen sulfide is the one that gives you that classic rotten egg smell, and it is toxic at high concentrations. But it gets worse. It is not just gas. An open trap can allow bacteria, mold spores, and even small insects to migrate up from the sewer system into your living space. I have pulled apart S-traps on service calls where the homeowner had been dealing with mysterious drain flies for months. Those little flies were literally breeding in the sewer line and coming right up through the empty trap into the bathroom. Once we converted to a proper P-trap, the fly problem disappeared within a week. So, when I say this is disgusting, I am not exaggerating. This is a health and hygiene issue, not just a comfort issue. By the way, if you are finding this helpful, you should know this is just a taste of what I have put into my book. 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes that will save you $10,000. It covers everything from leaky faucets to running toilets, step by step with diagrams. You can grab your copy by scanning the QR code on screen right now, or just use the first link in the description below. All right, let us keep going. Before you start buying parts, you need to confirm that what you have is actually an S-trap. Get under the sink with a flashlight and trace the drain pipe from the sink basket all the way down. If the pipe comes down from the drain, makes a U-shaped curve upward, and then turns back downward into the floor, that is your S-trap. The key indicator is that the pipe exits through the floor, not the wall. Measure the diameter of the pipe while you are down. There. Most bathroom sinks use 1 1/4 inch or 1 1/2 inch drain pipes. Kitchen sinks are almost always 1 1/2 inch. Write that measurement down because you are going to need it when you buy your new P-trap kit. Also, take a look at how much vertical space you have between the bottom of the sink drain and the floor. This matters because you need enough room to fit the new P-trap and the horizontal arm that will connect to your new vent. I like to have at least 6 inches of clearance to work comfortably. Here is what you are going to need for this job. For tools, grab a pair of channel lock pliers, a pipe wrench or adjustable wrench, a hacksaw or PVC pipe cutter, a marker, a tape measure, and a small bucket and some old towels for the water that is sitting in the existing trap. For materials, you need a P-trap kit that matches your pipe diameter, either 1 1/4 inch or 1 1/2 inch. You also need an air admittance valve, which I will explain in a minute. Pick up some PVC primer and cement if you are working with PVC, and a couple of slip joint washers as spares, because the ones in the kit are not always the best quality. Total cost for everything should run you somewhere between $20 and $40 depending on what you already have on hand. All right, let us rip out that old S-trap. First, put your bucket directly under the trap because there is going to be water in there. And honestly, it is going to smell. Loosen the slip joint nuts on both ends of the trap. If they are plastic, you can usually do this by hand. If they are chrome or metal, use your channel locks. Turn them counterclockwise. Once both nuts are loose, pull the trap straight down and dump the water into the bucket. If the trap has been dry for a while, there might not be much water, but there could be a layer of slime and buildup in there that is pretty nasty. Set the old trap aside. Now look at the pipe going into the floor. This is your drain line. You are going to need to work with this pipe, so clean up the top edge of it and make sure it is cut square. If it is old metal pipe, this is a good time to assess its condition. If it is corroded or crumbling, you might need a professional to address the drain line itself. But if it is solid PVC or in good shape, you are good to move forward. Now here is the main event. You are going to convert this S-trap into a proper P-trap with an air admittance valve, also called an AAV. The air admittance valve is the key piece here. See, a P-trap works correctly because it has a vent that allows air into the system to prevent siphoning. In a perfect world, you would tie into an existing vent stack in the wall. But if your drain goes through the floor and there is no vent nearby, an AAV does the same job. It is a one-way valve that lets air in when the drain creates negative pressure, but it closes when sewer gas tries to push back up. Most codes now allow AAVs for individual fixture venting, but check your local code to be sure. Start by dry fitting everything before you glue or tighten anything. Take your new P-trap and connect it to the tailpiece coming down from the sink drain. The trap should curve down and then back up, with a horizontal arm extending toward the drain pipe in the floor. Now here is the important part. You need to create a horizontal run before the pipe goes down into the floor. This horizontal section is what breaks the siphon. You want at least a slight downward slope, about a 1/4 inch of fall per foot toward the drain. I usually aim for about 4 to 6 inches of horizontal run minimum. The AAV installs on a T-fitting that you place on this horizontal section. The T points upward and the AAV threads or glues onto the top of it. Position the AAV as high as possible under the sink cabinet, ideally at least 4 inches above the trap weir, which is the top of the water level inside the trap. This ensures it functions correctly. The AAV needs to be accessible too, so do not bury it behind the wall. Under the sink cabinet is perfect. Once your dry fit looks good and everything lines up, take it apart and start your permanent connections. If you are using PVC, apply primer to both the pipe and the fitting, then apply cement and push them together with a 1/4 turn. Hold each joint for about 15 seconds. For slip joint connections at the trap itself, make sure the beveled side of the washer faces the fitting you are sliding into, tighten the slip nuts hand tight, then give them about a 1/2 turn more with your channel locks. Do not go crazy tightening these. Over-tightening cracks the nuts, and I have seen it happen more times than I can count. Time to test. Turn on the faucet and let the water run for a solid 30 seconds. Watch every single connection point for drips. Get your face down there with the flashlight and look closely at each joint. Sometimes a leak will not show up as a drip, but as a slow weep. That just makes the fitting look wet. If you see any moisture, tighten that joint just a little bit more. Now here is the real test. Fill the sink about halfway and then pull the stopper all at once. Let that big slug of water drain through and listen. If your P-trap and AAV are working correctly, you should hear smooth draining with no gurgling. After the water drains, look inside the trap. You should see water sitting in that U-curve. That is your trap seal, and it should be there every single time. If you hear gurgling or the trap is pulling dry, your AAV might not be installed high enough or there could be a blockage downstream. Let us go over some issues you might run into and how to deal with them. First up, the new P-trap does not line up with the floor drain. This is the most common issue with conversions. You might need a couple of 45-degree elbows to offset the horizontal run and reach the floor drain. Take your time with the dry fit and do not be afraid to make a couple of trips to the hardware store. Next, you hear gurgling even after the conversion. This usually means the AAV is either too low or it is defective. Make sure it is at least 4 inches above the trap weir. Also try pressing the top of the AAV gently. You should feel it move freely. If it is stuck, replace it. They are only about $7 or $8. Third, there is a slow leak at the slip joint connections. 9 times out of 10, this is a washer that got pinched or installed backwards. Take the connection apart. Check that the washer is beveled side down into the fitting and reassemble. If the washer looks deformed, use one of those spares I told you to buy. Fourth, the drain is slow after the conversion. Your new horizontal run might not have enough slope. Even a 1/4 inch per foot makes a big difference. Adjust the angle and make sure there are no dips or bellies in the horizontal pipe where water can pool. Fifth, you still smell sewer gas after the fix. Give the trap seal a day or two to establish. Run water in that sink daily. If the smell persists, check that your AAV is sealing properly when it is at rest. You can hold a piece of tissue near it. If the tissue moves, gas is leaking past the valve and you need a new one. All right, here is that bonus tip I mentioned at the start. I call it the smell test, and it takes about 2 minutes to do on your entire house. Once a month, walk to every sink, shower, and floor drain in your home. Run water in every single one for about 15 seconds. That is it. What you are doing is refreshing the trap seal and drains that do not get used very often. That guest bathroom you never use, that basement floor drain, that utility sink in the garage. Those traps are slowly evaporating over time. It can take anywhere from a few weeks to a couple of months depending on humidity and temperature. But eventually a trap that never gets water will dry out completely. And once it does, you have the exact same problem we have been talking about today: sewer gas coming straight into your home. I make this part of my routine every first of the month, and I have not had a dry trap issue in my own home in over 20 years. It costs nothing, takes almost no time, and it saves you from waking up to that awful rotten egg smell on a random Tuesday morning. Trust me, your nose will thank you. That wraps it up. If this was useful, you will love the full book. 50 step-by-step plumbing fixes with diagrams all in one guide. Link is below. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next video. Thanks for watching.